Well, the Battle of the Hook actually was the Black Watch was out of the line, and the CO of the day, Colonel David Rose, who's still alive, was sent for by the general and told that he was to go and relieve the American Marines on the Hook, which was a feature that stuck out, and it was strategically very important to the front, and that it had to be defended at all costs, and the Marines had taken a hell of a bloody battering there. And when Colonel Rose went to look at the Hook, he was absolutely horrified by what he saw, because the Americans were living in huts in the front line, sort of half sunk into the ground, wooden huts with stoves and all creature comforts. And he said, this is no good. I can't have the Jocks living in this. And he got permission for the Korean labor force to dig tunnels. And just before the digging started, the Americans actually did take an absolute hammering in those shelters, and they died underneath them, which was even more reason for the tunneling to begin. And for 10 days, an army of Koreans dug tunnels and safe havens, and the regiment went into the line, and the tunnels were there. And when the Hook battle started, the Chinese preempted it with the biggest barrage that's ever been seen, and there they stayed in their tunnels, and the Chinese appeared on the top of the position, and they were able to pop out and do a bit of shooting, but it became too much, so they went back in their tunnels again and brought down their own artillery on their own position, and in fact saw the Chinese off. And it was a pretty bloody night, but in fact, had it not been for the tunnels, the casualties would have been huge. I think there were about 50 casualties that night, but it was saved by the digging in the tunnels.